Hey guys, what's up? So today is the first day of the new comic book release of the new Marvel Fortnite Zero War comic book series. I believe there's 5 issues in this series, so the first one came out today. Next one comes out next month, and I think it's a monthly release basically. So I just want to share what these covers look like. There's actually 4 regular covers, so this is the first cover here. I managed to get 2 copies here, so put that there. And then this is another cover. This is a nice cover with Wolverine, Shuri, the Origin, Foundation, the Scientist, and Spider-Man. Shuri doesn't really uh, get revealed in this issue, so I don't know why she's on 2 covers already. And then we've got another one here. This one's not a bad one. Wolverine and Spider-Man on the Durburger sign, so that one's a cool looking cover. This one I've already opened it, so I read it, and I'll redeem the code to get the Spider-Man Zero War skin for the Fortnite game. And then there's this one here by the artist Shinkovish, I think. This one's a different art style, pretty cool. Got Wolverine, Jonesy, and I believe that's the Imagined. So once again, lots of covers. So that's the thing Marvel likes to do for its first issues. Although I think for this series, they're going to go with every issue is going to have multiple covers. Same contents are inside, just different artists doing the covers. Now, if your comic book store ordered 25 copies, then they would also get this cover as well. This is a really cool looking cover. This is the 1 in 25 cover. So, depending on how business is, your comic book shop might charge you $20 to $25 for this issue, or they might just charge you the MSRP $5.99 for this. It really depends on your relationship and the state of the business, I guess. Then, if a comic book store ordered 50 of that issue, well, they qualify for the 1 in 50 cover. So, as you can guess, general price $40 to $50, or cheaper if you got a cool comic book shop owner friend. This one's a pretty cool cover. We got Dr. Sloan and Wolverine. I do not like Dr. Sloan. Does anyone like Dr. Sloan? I mean, good for Dr. Sloan for getting rid of building. I hate building in Fortnite, but such an annoying character. And then, if you're lucky, this here is a 1 per store variant. Initially, it was a Forbidden Planet UK exclusive. It still is. But for some reason, some Canadian and I think American comic book shops have been able to get at least one of this particular cover. And they're treating it as a 1 per store cover. So I think it depends on who their supplier is. I don't know if it matters if it's like Penguin House or I don't know what the other comic book supplier is, but I don't know. This is cool. So this is the UK exclusive. So it's just really cool. So this is the main cover here. So as I said, it's about $5.99 US, so about $7.50 Canadian. Each of these 4 covers, it has the exact same story inside. And then when I was talking about those 1 in 25s, 1 in 50s, same exact story. You're not getting anything different. It's just the cover at the front is different. That's all. It's by a different artist. This is really a really common theme in the comic book hobby. So a lot of people think it's silly. Some people think it's cool. It's what keeps the hobby alive, in my opinion. What keeps it thriving, and just makes it very enjoyable. Like some people like to collect just comic book issues with like one particular character, like all the Wolverine issues. That's a difficult task, actually. But some people like to just focus on a particular artist instead. And that's also a very fun, but sometimes a difficult task, because some artists, like for example this one, this is a 1 in 25 issue. So yeah, it's great. Comics are cheap, but if you're collecting every issue an artist does, maybe there's going to be 1 in 25s, 1 in 50s, 1 in 100s, 1 in 500s. Like it's kind of crazy. Or something like this, a UK exclusive So if you're in Canada, USA, or a different country other than the UK, you got to pay for shipping for a comic, and shipping comics is actually pretty expensive. So the whole comic book hobby is quite fun, but you need to know what you're doing. So you might be wondering, what is this comic book about? What's the big deal? What's so special about it? That's what I want to know as well, to be honest. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this comic book takes place at the end or before the events of Chapter 3, Season 2. We are currently in Chapter 3, Season 3 as of like 3 days ago, as of filming this video. Um, so the event passed, the Zero War has passed, so it's interesting. I'm wondering if this is a different take on the Zero War. The reason I say this is because there were no Marvel characters in the live event that occurred. So basically what issue 1 deals with is Spider-Man trying to get Wolverine to join the team of Jonesy and the Foundation and a couple other members of the Fortnite 7 to help fight the Imagined Order, fight Dr. Sloan, and defeat her and just save the world, I guess. So that's what already happened in the live event. So I guess this is a different take using Marvel characters, and I thought maybe it would be like furthering the story, but I guess it's just a different take on the story. We'll see as issues 2, 3, 4, and 5 come out. So yeah, another reason why you should be interested in this comic is because every comic it comes bagged. Usually comic books don't come bagged like this. It comes bagged because there's a code inside, which I can show you in this open one. Oh, this is not open. This open one here. There's a code behind this thingamabobber. There's a code. You redeem it, and you get your Spider-Man skin. It's a really cool looking skin. It's not the one that's on the cover here. Hasn't even been revealed in the comic book yet. So that's cool, because I think the skin would cost $10 to $12 if you were to buy it in the shop. This way you're saving about $5 or so. Issue number 2 is going to have its own redeemable code for another cosmetic item. It won't be a skin. I don't know what it's going to be, but issue number 1 is the best issue to get if you want to get a skin. Now, the way comic books work in the comic book collecting world is comic book shops have to order these issues a month beforehand. It's a month before its release date. Now, Fortnite isn't really a comic series like Batman is and a whole bunch of Marvel properties are. So comic book shop owners don't know much about Fortnite, other than the day of a release of a comic and they get like a million phone calls asking if they have the comic in store. That happened for the Batman series, and they underordered. A lot of shops underordered the Batman series because they didn't know Fortnite was so popular, and the Batman series was pretty much the same as the Marvel series. Each issue came with a code. You get a Harley Quinn skin, I think a Catwoman skin as well, maybe even a Batman skin. There's a lot of good skins in that one, if I'm not mistaken. So you need to pre-order your comics 1 month in advance. Issue number 2 for this Zero War series, the pre-orders finished a couple days ago, last Monday. So already you're too late to the party. So it's there's so much I can say about the comic book world. It's really interesting. I don't know if this is the video I should be telling you all this information about it, but here I am giving you a little bit of tidbits. Now, what happens if you go to your comic book shop and they're all out of issue number 1? Don't worry, if it's a really popular issue, like this is a really popular issue, some stores in the city have been selling out, that means they're actually going to reprint this. So when they reprint it, you can just buy the second printing of it. That's what they did for Batman, all of the Batman Fortnite comics, actually. For example, issue number 1 is right there. Look at that blue background, pretty cool. It sold out and it was under order. Nobody knew Fortnite was so popular. At least the comic book shop owners didn't know. And then Fortnite fans didn't know how the comic world works. So they re-released it. Here's a second printing of that issue. Look at that. Notice the difference? It's a black background instead of a blue background. So obviously that one is worth more because it's first edition, first printing. This is second printing, so not that much. And then I think they might have even made a third printing. That's how popular it was. Yeah, so, you know, Pokemon cards, first edition, unlimited. Well, comic books, you got first printing. That one over there is also first print, which they made a reprint of later on. What can I say? If you get hooked on these things, you're kind of doomed, so you better be well off financially. I'll tell you that. My thoughts on the comic book series, this story itself, I thought it was fine. It wasn't awesome or anything. I feel like this series is going to be just a little bit action-packed, which I think some people like. I really enjoyed the Batman Fortnite series, though. That one was really good. It had a nice emotional story to it, and of course it had action as well. But you don't expect emotion in Fortnite, right? But it had it. I mean, look at this cover too. This is such a sad cover. Oh my goodness. A lot of nice artwork too in the Batman series. Look at this one. Whew. That one is a cool looking cover. But yeah, the Batman series had its own variants and whatnot. You know what? One day I'm gonna make a Fortnite comic book collection video because I have so many. And I'm just talking to you about the Batman Fortnite and Marvel 0 Point. But I haven't told you about the recent, just random covers. Spider-Man 2099, Exodus. Look at Drift. Or the originals. Look at that. And, oh yeah, I got some doubles, but look at that. We just, I don't know what we're doing. Just nonsense. Oh yeah, and then there was a Batman Fortnite Foundation series. It was a one-shot. Haven't read it, so I don't know much about it, but gosh, there's just so much. But this one here, this is my favorite issue cover. Pretty awesome. I guess you would have known that already, seeing as I got one graded, and then I also got the, that's a black and white version of it, but it's a Black Widow instead of Captain America. It's also a one per store variant, so that's cool. I was late to the party, so I had to go outside of the city to track that one down, but hey, they lead you on adventures, and that's right, fun. So I can just ramble off hours and hours. So before I end the video, I want to reveal one more piece of information. So look at this here. This is the 1 in 50. It's in a plastic as usual. As you can see, the big line there, kind of annoying, kind of ruins the photo. But if you take it out of its plastic, it'll be nice and smooth, right? Right. But if you keep it too long in this plastic that it's in, all of these issues actually, it can be kind of detrimental to the condition. So the two Batman comics there, they were in plastics. So when I had to send them to get graded, I had to get the comic book shop owner to clean it a bit, and because this plastic leaves a bit of a residue on the surface of the comic. And if you know grading, you do not want any garbage on your surface. Otherwise, you get dinged some points. And for comic books, it's either 9.8 or bust, really. 9.9 and 10 are like unheard of. You can still get them, yeah, for sure, but 9.8 are bust. So that's something to be aware of. Be careful when you're sending these books in to get graded. You want to make sure there's no residue on there. Other than that, let me know your thoughts. Do you like Fortnite comics? Do you have a crazy collection like mine? I wanted to collect all the comics, but there's some really crazy expensive variants out there, some of which are more expensive than they should be in my opinion. But that's a story for another day, another video. And for now, just yeah, for sure, I am totally going to make a Fortnite comic book collection video next year. Maybe next year. Anyways, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think. And you know what? Maybe I'll even make a video for issue number 2. We'll see how popular this video is. I did ramble a lot, but I was having fun. I think that's what matters in the end. Alright, see ya everyone.